remember back when you were just a life support system for a mullet.
Right. You know, I didn't get a chance to see a lot of your early career until we got the History Channel. That is.
Reba McEntire has been country music royalty for 40 years. The Queen of Grace, the ultimate professional. But insiders say she's been keeping a secret list.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate everybody. Appreciate you very much.
5 major betrayals from people she trusted.
Hey.
Oh, hey, Reba, you came.
Yeah. Man, there's a lot of beautiful people around here.
You should see him naked in the shower.
Career sabotage, stolen opportunities, public humiliation. She's never named names publicly, but sources close to her confirm the list is real. And after decades of silence, cracks are starting to show.
What do you think about that?
Beautiful day, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you prefer one over the other?
No.
This is Reba's untold story of betrayal in Nashville. The 5 legends who crossed her, and why she's finally ready to stop pretending. Nashville operates on one rule. What happens backstage stays backstage. Public unity, private discipline, smile for the cameras, even if you hate each other. For 40 years, Reba has played by those rules perfectly, but people close to her say she's been carrying wounds for decades. Career moments stolen, opportunities given to others behind her back, silence from people who should have defended her.
How do you like having the name Reba?
But I guess it's just fine. Why do you ask?
Well, I just wanted to know because if I wind up with a girl, that's what I'm gonna name her.
If you name a dog Reba, I'm gonna slap you silly.
Not a dog, a baby. Brock and I are having another baby.
But Brock had a vasectomy.
He's getting it reversed.
The first betrayal goes back over 20 years. Reba was scheduled for a major televised performance, a duet that was supposed to showcase her legacy. Everything was planned. Rehearsals were set. Then hours before the show, everything changed. Her name was quietly removed. No explanation, no apology. Someone else took her slot. Sources say a male country star with strong industry connections was behind the switch. He had the power to stop it, but didn't. Reba never forgot who stayed silent when she was pushed aside. Industry insiders say this marked the beginning of her disillusionment. She realized even after years of hits and awards, her position could be stripped away by people she considered friends. She didn't lash out publicly. She simply moved on. But she remembered.
You know what's really important is to pay homage to the women who paved the road for me. Dolly, Loretta, Tammy, Barbara Mandrell. Very important. They had a lot of big old chug holes, potholes that they had to go around, and they kind of had them paved over before we got there. Nice of them to do that.
The second betrayal was more calculated. In the early 2000s, an all-star collaboration was being planned, a celebration of country tradition. Reba was initially invited to contribute vocals. She accepted, but when the final lineup was released, her name was missing. According to sources involved, a male artist voiced concerns about her participation. He allegedly felt her inclusion would change the tone. Whether ego or gatekeeping, his influence worked. Reba was dropped without official notice. She learned about it from a friend on the studio team. That same year, Reba was booked to perform at a major charity event. She accepted, blocked the date, and rehearsed. But days before the concert, her appearance was quietly canceled. No explanation. Organizers said her performance no longer fit. The person who could have fought for her spot chose not to. Friends say Reba was hurt more by the silence than the exclusion. When asked about this artist during a press event, she gave a one-line answer that sounded casual but was loaded. She wasn't just talking about music. She was talking about values and who holds doors open versus who slams them shut.
My philosophy on finding the great song that you want to record, first of all, has to touch my heart. I feel like I am a water hose. I am the person who is delivering the song, and it's going to your heart. Now, if a song touches my heart and I sing it right, it's going to touch your heart too. It's got to have something that makes a connection with the listener.
The third betrayal involved another female country star, someone Reba considered a peer and friend. Two powerhouse women who came up in the same era. But that solidarity didn't last. In the mid-90s, Reba was in talks to co-host a major televised tribute. It was prestigious, and executives had her as top choice. But days before the announcement, everything changed. The other artist team allegedly offered producers exclusive access in exchange for making her the solo host. The deal worked. Reba was dropped without warning. She learned from her publicist, who was blindsided. The shock wasn't just professional. It was personal. Reba had trusted her. She never expected a friend to undercut her for headlines. Things grew colder. They appeared together less. At red carpets, they barely exchanged words. The final break came years later when Reba was excluded from an all-female tribute performance. The other artists led it. Reba wasn't invited. When fans protested online, the other artist posted a dismissive message. No names, but everyone knew. Reba didn't respond publicly, but those close to her say that sealed it. What began as competition had turned into betrayal.
As promised, I found some old photos of you. Are you ready to go through them?
Oh, boy.
I'm excited. All right.
All right, let's see
Here
what you
is
got.
the first one. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. How old are you there?
I think second grade.
Oh, my God, you're adorable. Look at that. You had that big old hair going even then. You were like, y'all ain't ready for my hair. Y'all ain't ready. Okay, next.
The fourth betrayal is more recent. A memorial service in 2022 for a beloved legend. Reba was asked to perform a closing number chosen for her emotional connection and standing. She prepared carefully and made space in her schedule. But one day before the event, everything changed. According to insiders, industry board members intervened and reshuffled the lineup. Reba's slot was moved up, her performance shortened, her role reduced. She received no personal call. She saw the changes in a revised schedule emailed to her team. One board member had clashed with her previously. The other had questioned her prominence at televised events, reportedly calling her overfeatured. The decision wasn't random. It was political and personal. Reba performed anyway. She arrived on time, sang with grace, and left without lingering. She skipped interviews, missed the after-event dinner, went home. In a podcast appearance weeks later, when asked about it, she chose words carefully. She said that night broke her heart in more ways than one. She didn't elaborate. She didn't need to. Those close say she felt erased from a moment that should have mattered.
People tend to pass judgment on you when you're getting a divorce.
There was one woman that wrote a real heavy letter to me and said, "How dare you get a divorce?" You know, how do you answer something like that? And she said that she patterned her life after me, and that she had me on a pedestal, and she truly idolized me. And I wrote her back, and I said, "Well, ma'am," and well, she said she stayed with her husband because I stayed with my husband. I said, "First of all, you need to not look up to me, because I'm just a human that makes huge mistakes just like everybody else."
The fifth betrayal remains most mysterious. Multiple industry sources say it involves a country legend tied to a business deal that went sideways in the early 2000s. The person was said to have promised Reba a co-headlining tour, only to back out and take the concept to another artist without telling her. The betrayal wasn't just professional. It was strategic. Reba had already cleared her schedule and begun marketing when the rug was pulled. The tour went ahead without her. Reba didn't speak publicly, but those around her recall she considered it a turning point when she stopped trusting certain Nashville veterans. Speculation points to several names, but Reba's silence on this one is absolute. The betrayal was less about spotlight and more about trust. A deal made behind closed doors that left her looking blindsided. Over recent years, Reba's interviews have shifted. She's grown more reflective and pointed. Fans have noticed passages in her writing that reference incidents lining up with real events known only to insiders. One story details a male vocalist who made a promise and walked away days before a performance. Another mentions a female figure who campaigned for a shared hosting job only to take it solo. These aren't gossip, they're confessions. Reba isn't one to call people out directly, but her readers know where to look. So there's the truth about Reba's secret list. 5 betrayals from people she trusted. Career opportunities stolen. Public humiliation. Decades of silence while she played by Nashville's rules. But cracks are showing. Her words are getting sharper. Her patience is running out. Country music's most gracious queen might finally be ready to stop pretending. The names may never be fully public, but the message is clear. Reba remembers everything. Hit subscribe for more untold country music secrets.